Hello and welcome to work from home pros and cons kind of a video. Ooh, this is a good one, isn't it? When you introduce somebody yourself and tell them when they ask you what do you do and you say work from home. I know it's a really weird question or answer or when you say I'm not coming to office because I'm working from home and it's seen as something which you do to just spend your time doing nothing. And the truth is not the same, is it? Because you do work harder and you do spend your nights working late. So, the pros and cons is the first pro is you do not have to get up on time, rush, and go to your office and be all stressed out because your boss is angry that you've been 5 minutes late. Pro is that you also have freedom to work on, especially if you are solopreneur or something, or entrepreneur, or you have a freedom which normally you would not have. And I don't mean to say binge watching your Netflix or something like that, but it's just the mental space of it. You have more interesting ideas come up, creativity comes up, where you know that there will be things which will be different and you would be in a environment which you are used to it, so it will give you a different, probably a bit like great ideas come in bathroom, like in shower kind of a thing. So you would have that space to think. Pros, the flexibility. You don't have to just be stick to certain hours like 9 to 5. You can probably work from 10 to 6. If you really stretch, probably you could work 11 to 8 and nobody would say anything to you. So basically, setting your own hours is amazing. You get up whatever time you want to and sleep whatever time you. The flexibility of it is amazing. And I'm saying not because you want to get up late, or maybe because you have something else to do in the morning and you need to, or you wanted to go to an event which you could never go if you were in a full-time job, you know. So those are the pros: the flexibility, no commute, being close to your family. That could be a really big one for people who wants to spend time with their family, unlike some who would prefer to not to spend time with their family, because I think it's very important and it has been one of the lure or one of the amazing thing is that, oh, you could work with your family around. That's amazing. How do you do that? You can do it if you are really good at it, you know. So you can work with other people while at the same time having children. Okay, there is a some age groups you can't and some age group you can, but most of the times you can. And there, if you set your hours things right, then probably you can. So you get to see your family, you get to be in familiar environment. There's a flexibility, and is nothing compared to the mental health, the not needing to rush somewhere, you know, because we all are rushing all the time. So let's come to the cons of it. So one of the major thing is sometimes if you're working from home, and I don't mean to say like if you're working from a full-time job and working 1 or 2 days at somewhere, but I'm talking more about your entrepreneur or solopreneur, or you're working, you know, in a gig economy or something. The people will just not understand what you're doing. So yes, you can tell them that, oh, I work I work from home and I do whatever I can. So it's too broad for you to just say, and especially this is for scanners, you know, the Renaissance souls. It's difficult for them to just say, well, because it's so many things, and how can you just explain everything of it? So anyway, so it's difficult to, and that pride, that also the face-to-face meeting of people is kind of, it's not that you don't see face-to-face people, it's just you don't see the same people over and again. um, I forgot one of the other pros is that you don't have any office politics, which you could do if you were at office. I completely forgot about it, but that's the pro, that you don't have to deal with all that. But then again, you could be missing out on a great learning experiment, like a social skills. So it's a bit of both. But however, recently also, it's also the loneliness of, or the isolation of working from home. And I feel these are just ways to tell people to become a sheep again, to go and herd in their, offices and sort of thing in a grey building, because they don't want people to, be so rebellious. I think in some ways the society doesn't like rebellious people. So anyway, so one of the cons is that you do not have the team, the not the water cooler talks and office politics at the same time, no office parties or dinners, and you end up just being with who you are, like you spend a lot of time on your own. And that could also cause, according to some health problems. However, I don't see it that way. I see it as a very positive experience, because you have an opportunity out here to spend and listen, and have these amazing great ideas, and eventually which would bring you ways to make a lot of difference in people's life. You will be also be able to grow your own businesses. It's just the mindset of a leader rather than a follower. So it's more of like, who knows, eventually you might end up making those one of those great buildings, but in the meantime, where your focus is, and that is basically spending time more with your family, I think that's an amazing thing to do, because then you have by that time acquired those skills, the 21st century skills, which will help you to um, be a better person or be a better workforce, even though you're doing that from your home. And I think generally what I mean by work from home is basically working from anywhere. However, I should say that you should have a balanced social life, where you are going places, meeting places, and continuously increasing your network and the people you meet, because that will help you to kind of collaborate and share and create new opportunities. There is nothing wrong. Um, and actually, I don't really like the word isolation or lonely. I think that's completely horrible things to say. It might be like I watched another video and I talked about how it's just like a hunger or a thirst. It's just a way to know that you need to have more um, contact with the world. But I think I'll make a video on what I think about loneliness and isolation. Anyway, so I think that working from home is an opportunity for you to have the independence. It's not isolation, it's an independence of you to form your own path. And many people in your previous generation would hate to admit it, that they did not have the same opportunity which you have. And that is to create your own path and be whoever you want to be. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. So please share and subscribe. And thank you. Bye.